Over 50,000 pieces of our finest fruit and veg and more than 14 days to build, the district exhibits is where our farmers get to show their creativity. The competition is divided into 5 districts: South East Queensland, Northern, Western, Central and Southern. Each display takes months of work, from growing and sourcing the produce to designing and building the amazing artworks. To win, you need to have the best produce displayed in the most creative way. Last year's winners were Central, who beat Northern by the smallest of margins, which means it's game on this year.
I take it very seriously. I'm a fairly fierce competitor. To me, it's serious business.
Arthur Jones heads up the team from the Northern districts. Their 8-year winning streak was brought to an abrupt end last year by the Central district, who are out to prove that 2013's win was no fluke.
I suspect that having not won it last year, Norths will have fired up this year and they'll be coming down trying to get that win, so we'll be keeping our eye on them.
And don't be fooled by all the friendly faces. This competition is fierce. Do tempers fray?
Yeah, sometimes they do. We try to keep them calm, but there's always a difficult moment, particularly in certain sections. You know, the jam ladies and the wool guys have quite good rivalry.
Oh, it's intense. It's just like an old rugby league game in the bush. Knock them down, drag them out. 1 or 2 points. Actually, I think last year the winner won by, out of 10,000 points, won by 2 points.
Jeffrey Mason is the chair of the Agriculture Committee. His job is to oversee the whole competition. Tell me, how does the judging for the district exhibits work?
Well, it's an overall competition. What you see in the displays is actually a small part of the judging. There are 86 other competitions that go into the overall point score. We judge wheat, grain, fruit and veg, wines, olive oils, you name it. If it's produced in the Murray-Darling Basin, they've got to bring it.
And there's a lot of produce to bring. Each display has more than 10,000 items, each piece hand-picked to show off their region's finest produce. Joe, how many pieces of produce in your display this year?
This year we've ordered 4,000 apples, but there'll be another 500 oranges and another 500 onions at least, as well as 30-odd pumpkins.
And how many people on the team to put it together?
Yeah, here on ground we've got about 20, but there'd be another 100 volunteers.
And when you're managing a team that big, everything doesn't always go to plan.
In Singleton, you got no bloody chance of getting here at all if you're lost in Singleton. My wool manager's lost in Singleton trying to get down here.
So you have to be all things to all people.
Oh, yes.
This is the biggest competition of its kind in the world. It takes each of the 5 teams more than 1,000 man-hours to build their designs. And the devil is certainly in the detail. Only the best produce is used, from each single grain that is painstakingly selected to 300+ kilo pumpkins. That's a big pumpkin.
That pumpkin, I would
big to me.
estimate, would weigh 450 kilo.
And how long did it take to grow?
On average, about 120 days.
Wow. My parents courted at the Easter show, and we came every year, and we always wanted to see the district's exhibits and the wood shop. So there you go. It's always been my favourite.
Well, they're probably 2 of the most entertaining things here.
Absolutely, and they're so Australian.
They are.
That's what I love.
This design has been in the gestation period for 12 months. We were sitting here at last year's show, sitting down during the show, looking and thinking about what we're going to be doing this year. Everything that's on the displays is natural, from the bottom to the top, from left to right. It is pumpkins, apples, wool, grain, and you've got to take a concept and an idea and you've got to find some way to bring that to life using natural produce.
This is Edwina's first season as a designer, and she is really feeling the stress.
You know, you have a picture at home and you've got an idea of what you want to do, but then you get here and you go, yeah, there's a lot big space to fill.
With the clock ticking, there's still so much work to be done. Everyone has their eyes on winning that top prize and earning themselves bragging rights for the next 12 months.
We want to win this as much as you could ever want. There's so much blood, sweat and tears that goes into this.
We don't come here to come second.
Who do you think's going to win?
Southern districts.
The main aim every year is to come out in front of Central. We go at each other's throats until it's all over, and judged, and then we'll sit down and have a whiskey together or a beer or something.